the owner of a local business shop. Let's say you run a car repair shop. One of the biggest time drains you face is constant back and forth communication with customers. Like, when is my car ready? How long will it take? Can you get it done till tomorrow? And so on. So delegating this to an employee would cost you expensive work power that is often much more needed in fulfillment. And just sending automated emails or SMS would not work for customers that don't check their messages and nevertheless like to call you from any place at any time. So I'm going to show you how you can delegate this to a powerful AI system that handles customer communication for you. And this reliable and 24/7. Hi, I'm Simon, and at my agency Insertly AI we help small to medium-sized businesses save time and cut costs by seamlessly integrating AI into their operations. If you want to know how your business can benefit from AI, book a free call using the link in the description. Before we start, let me show you what we are building today.
Hello, you are speaking to service consultant Chloe. How can I help you?
Hey, I would like to know when my car is ready.
Of course. Could you please provide me with your car's license plate number so I can check the status for you?
Yeah, sure. My license plate is STSK8.
Thank you. Let me check that for you. Your car is scheduled to be ready for pickup on the 21st of August at 6:30 p.m. If you need anything else, feel free to let me know.
Ah, okay. Yeah, the thing is I need it done until tomorrow. Is there a way to get it today?
Let me check if it's possible to update the completion date for your car. One moment, please. It seems the update isn't possible at the moment, but I'll connect you to one of our team members who can assist you further.
So the AI can not only read the data, but can also update it and even connect you to a real human if needed. To set up this system, we need three things. For the database, we use Airtable. For the automation, n8n. And for the AI voice agent, we use Retail AI. So let's start by setting up our database. What you can see here is what the database looks like. For me, it's simple. It's just for the voice agent, it may look a little bit more different. You may have more variables, but this is okay. It's completely customizable and there's no limit of what you can add here. For here, what we can see here is the license plate, the car, the damage. And what's important here is that the license plate is a special field. It's a formula field. And this formula field is just the same as this field KZ. Because what Airtable only allows to search for a field if it's a formula field. So we make a formula field the primary field, and then we can search for this later on in n8n. And of course, then the car, it's a simple text field where you can add the car, then damage, front door broken, total loss, and customer, also a simple text field. And then again, the license plate, which we can enter here because the formula field we can't really change. We have to change it here. Then of course, phone numbers, and then the most important part, the planned completion or the pickup date, as you would like to call it. And here you can see when it's ready, also like with the time zone support, and then the date and the time. And then also pretty important that you do this is to add this checkbox field. And this checkbox field, you can name it whatever you want. I name it customer knows date, because what can happen is that as every business has priorities and there may be a delay or some part can't be delivered on time, and then the completion date have to be changed. And here with this we check if the customer already knows the date. So I don't know, let's say with the Porsche GT3 RS, the planned completion is 8th of April at 11 a.m. And now I see, okay, we can't do this because, I don't know, a part is missing and arrives on the 9th of April. And then we have to change it. And when the customer doesn't know the date, it's okay, we change it because there's no problem. But if the customer knows the date already, like this date, then he will get informed via SMS or gets an outbound call, whatever you like. What I did to simplify it, go to automations, and then when a record is updated, it will check it. If customer knows the date is checked, then the Twilio will send an SMS to this customer and inform him that the date will be later. This is pretty much it, what we have to set up here. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. As I said, you can add specific columns. For example, what you can do is like, you can add a field like assigned to or created by user, for example, create field. And then you can say, okay, well, let's assign it to me. But if you're working with a team and also get them into Airtable, you can add them here and pretty much do some cool stuff with this. But for the voice agent, we just need this. Now let's move over to an add-in. So we have here one workflow, and this workflow is car repair shop read data. We need two workflows, one for reading and one for updating. And this is for reading. It's also not very complicated. It's pretty simple. What we need is a webhook, and this is then the webhook, a post request, and to this the voice agent will send the request. And what we do then is we add an Airtable module, and this module is a search module. And as I said, this is only possible by filter by formula, and this is why we created these two fields and this one formula field for the license plate in order to search for this here. So what we do is here we get the license plate from the webhook, so it's JSON-body.args and then the license plate, and then it will get the record with the license plate. After we get the record, then we can of course see, okay, well, it's then, I don't know, it's tomorrow at 2 p.m. and then we will directly send it back to the webhook, and we will send also from the node before, so from the Airtable node, the planned completion to order then tell the AI voice agent, okay, this is the planned completion. And after this, we will update the data. As I said, we will match by the license plate. Again, paste it here from the Airtable, from the other Airtable module, search table, and we'll get the license plate. And in order to search for the records, and then we will check customer knows the date. And this is pretty much the only thing we do. We can also delete this one. Then it's a little bit more clear that we're only gonna change like this variable customer knows the date. And the reason why we do it after the webhook is to have faster response times, because if you would put it at the end, then it, there's another step in between, and this could slow down the process. It may be only milliseconds, but it's better to do it directly after you got the information you need, and then do the post-processing after this. So then we need the second workflow, and this is the update data workflow. And here we can see it's pretty much the same for the first two steps. We have again a webhook with a post request, and then the search Airtable module where we search for the formula and the license plate as seen earlier. What we're doing then is an if condition, and what we are doing here is comparing these two dates. And if the date, the completion date that is marked down in the database in Airtable is before the requested one, then we said, okay, when the user wants to get it after the date of the database, it's okay because it's already ready by then. It can differentiate on your process, so you have to see if this is or would also work for you. And if it's earlier, then we say, okay, well, we change it then and respond it to the webhook. Date successfully changed. I can show you how this looks like. We get the planned completion from the node before, from the Airtable, and check if this is before the planned completion of the trigger webhook module. And if it's not, then of course there's a problem, because we need to speak to a human. We will get date is before completion, completion at earliest on, and then the date again, because then it's not so easy to change it, because there may be reasons why it only can be done on this date. So then we will respond it back to an AI voice agent, and then the voice agent has to decide what to do next, and of course have to then redirect the call to a real human. Okay, then lastly, let's look at retail AI. This is where the magic happens and where we connect all dots. And what I did here is I created a single prompt agent and then GPT-4o, Chloe. You can also choose another voice in this dashboard and then the language English. And yeah, then I created a nice prompt that sums up what the agent has to do with role, task, and context, and then also additional tips, especially for pronouncing the dates, because this can be difficult sometimes. And yeah, I also put here current date via the variable current time date, Europe, Berlin. You can also change this. And yeah, what's important here is really that we tell the agent when to use what. So if the customer wants information about a specific vehicle, use the get vehicle information function by giving the license plate number and waiting for a response. And then also we do the same with update vehicle information and also forward to people and forward to human. I have to change this one. Forward to human. And then, of course, if somebody wants directly speak with it because, I don't know, he doesn't like the voice, then this is also possible. When I would call it and say, hey, I want to speak with a human, then I will directly be forwarded to a human. And of course, then important, the end call function to get here is also very important. And yeah, other ones are just some little adjustment you can copy and take a screenshot or whatever. So I will hit save, and then we have to do the function part here. As I told you, end call. This is pretty simple. I just said if the user wants to hang up, wish them a good day, and use this function. Yeah, update. Okay, and then also the next function is what we need, forward human. And here's forward human, forward the conversation to a human being. It's important to give a description here. It's optional, but it really helps the AI to understand when to use this function. And yeah, then what's important also, I redirected it to a static number. So the call that gets redirected to this number. And then what's cool about retail AI, you can do a warm transfer and then say what this warm transfer should look like. And then I say hello and summarize the user's message and hand over the license plate number. So that when I get the call as a human, I already know, okay, what this person wants and don't waste the time of my customer and ask him again what he may already told the AI. So it's important to have a nice transfer here to not waste the time of the valuable customer. So this is a pretty nice feature here. And then we need the update vehicle information function and the get vehicle information function. And what we're doing here, let's start by get vehicle information. Again, I put a nice description, receive information from specific vehicles such as status or completion date by submitting the license plate number to the webhook. Then wait for feedback to get the pickup date. Yeah, this is then the webhook URL. And then we have to give a JSON format here. And this looks complicated, but it's pretty simple. So what we need here is like just one variable. This is a license plate and it's a string. And then again here with description to let the AI know, okay, how can he use this function? Because the AI reads this JSON file and then knows, okay, I have to give a license plate and this should be a string. And then I also specify like the vehicle information without spaces and hyphens with numerical numbers, all in capital letters, because yeah, this is pretty important so that the license plate is nicely formatted and gets understood by Airtable. Yeah, and then of course required license plate because we need this in order to get the information. The update vehicle information looks pretty much the same. Use this function to change vehicle information such as the pickup date and etc. by transferring the license plate number, again the URL, and then we have a little bit more here. We have like the planned completion, the string, and here also important, the new date of completion in ISO format, e.g., and then I give an example, because it's important to get the date in this format, because if we don't do this, then there's a problem with the Airtable. And then the same for license plate. This is pretty much the same as we seen earlier. And again, then it's required license plate and plan completion. And this is the only thing we can do. A nice bonus feature is that we can check this speak during execution. So if it takes over 2 seconds, then this will be set by the AI. So let me check that for you. And yeah, then of course you can play around with this one, like the speech settings. So I choose call center for background sound because then it's not so generic. And this is all you need, like pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You can test it here or connect it with a number in Visual AI and then talk to it and deploy it to the number you need. And this is pretty much what you have to do to get a nice voice agent. If you found this video helpful, drop a like and let me know what video you want to see next.